Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I wanted to share with you guys my story of living with PCOS. So I'm going to be talking about my diagnosis, like how I found out that I had it, just a little bit of my story of living with this for the past 10 years. So just a little information for those of you that may not know. Polycystic ovarian syndrome, also known as PCOS as I refer to it. It is a hormonal disorder causing enlarged ovaries with small cysts on the outer edges. And then it also says the cause of PCOS isn't well understood, but may involve a combination of genetic and environmental factors. It is common. There are more than 200,000 U.S. cases per year. Treatment can help, but this condition can't be cured. It does require a medical diagnosis. Lab tests or imaging is always required, and it is chronic. It can last for years or be lifelong. So for symptoms, it says requires a medical diagnosis. Symptoms include menstrual irregularity, excess hair growth, acne, and obesity. Treatments include birth control pills to regularize periods, a medication called metformin to prevent diabetes, statins to control high cholesterol, hormones to increase fertility, and procedures to remove excess hair. So this video is just pretty much going to be my story, because if I talked about everything it would probably be like over an hour long, and I'm not trying to make anyone sit through that, but I definitely am going to make more videos going more in detail about all of that stuff, because there's a whole lot of stuff to talk about regarding PCOS, but today I'm just going to be sharing my story. So the first time I got my period was in December of 2008. I was 13 years old. Basically I had woken up like in the middle of the night with a really bad, what I thought was like a stomach ache. So I woke up my parents because I didn't really know what to do. I just didn't feel good and I didn't want to be like awake by myself. So you know, I had to go wake them up so I wasn't alone. And they said, like, you know, try going to the bathroom, because if you have a stomach ache, sometimes that helps, as you probably all know. So I went to the bathroom, and then when I wiped, it was red down there. So, like, obviously my mom, like, knew what was happening. I knew also, we did have health class in, like, 5th grade. They had a health like teacher come in and like speak to us, like girls and boys separately, about like what to expect, and hand out like pads and tampons and little deodorant sticks. And then in middle school we actually were required to take like health class in 7th and 8th grade. So I knew what it was. And my mom had stuff in the house, so it was fine, but I had what I now know are really bad cramps, so bad, in fact, that I stayed home from school that day. And I remember this so vividly because I was so upset. That night was our winter concert for choir, and since I had missed school, I wasn't allowed to go. And I was really upset because it's like you work from like September to December on like your songs that you're going to be performing for like your family and the school and everything, and just the fact that I had worked like so hard preparing and I wasn't going to be able to like sing the songs, and it was like my last year of choir in like middle school before moving up to high school. So I was really upset about it, but I stayed home. I don't know why my mom didn't just give me a couple ibuprofen, because now whenever I get my period my cramps are still horrible, to the point where like I do take like a couple of ibuprofen, normally just on like the first day. That's when it's really bad. The rest I can tolerate sometimes the second day, but pretty much always the first day it's really bad. But if I just take a couple ibuprofen, I'm fine for the day. So I don't know why my mom just didn't give me a couple and say, like, suck it up, like, you'll be fine. But that happened. So I got my period then. Honestly, that was 12 years ago, so my memory isn't that great. So I don't remember if I ended up getting it again or not, but you know, I definitely knew it was a monthly thing, and I wasn't getting it monthly. Now if I got it once or twice more or whatever it had been, you know, I was like, okay, fine. And then it just stopped. Or I just didn't get it at all after the first month. I don't remember, but I knew it was supposed to be monthly. So the fact that, like, it wasn't happening anymore, you know, I knew to tell my mom. So I told her, probably told my dad too. We ended up, like, seeing a few different doctors before they diagnosed it, and I think they diagnosed it with blood work. I did also get, like a sonogram of, like, that area, so, like, pretty much like when you're pregnant and you get, like, the gel rubbed on you and the little stick. I did also get that done, so I don't know if it was either that or the blood work that, like, officially diagnosed it, but they did diagnose it as polycystic ovarian syndrome when I was probably around 15 or 16. So it had definitely been like a couple years. So it must have been like a year that I was like, okay, I haven't gotten my period again. And then we started like seeing doctors and like trying to figure it out. And then finally got the diagnosis. So then once we got the diagnosis, I started seeing a pediatric endocrinologist because I was still a kid. I was only 15. And I would see her twice a year. I would always get blood work before I saw her. She would write me my birth control, so I did end up getting on birth control. You know, she would check my weight, blood pressure, all that, like, normal stuff that you get when you see, like, your primary doctor. But yeah, I would see her twice a year, and she would just, like, you know, make sure I was doing well, all that stuff. Like I said, I did end up getting on birth control, so I've been on that for the past 10 years. And recently, because I moved and I haven't seen my gynecologist since, like, the summertime, and it's now February, so I haven't been on birth control since, like, December. My last period was December 11th, and it is February 7th. So I did miss my period in January. Now I am seeing a new gynecologist out here in Wisconsin. I have an appointment Tuesday. So like I said, I am going to be doing, like, multiple videos on this, like, getting deeper into it. If I'm going to get back on birth control, if I'm not, what it's been like so far, like, not being on birth control. But like I said, today I just wanted to kind of share my story and just some general information about polycystic ovarian syndrome. Like I said, it's such a common disorder and so many people have it, and when I was first diagnosed, like, I didn't really know anybody who had it. But since I've gotten older and, like, social media and, like, YouTube especially has become such a bigger platform, you know, I've seen so many videos of other women talking about their PCOS story. So I just really wanted to share mine and hopefully just, like, you know, let other girls know that they're not alone, and it is, like, a hard thing to have, especially once you start getting older and realizing, like, you want to have kids and, like, what that's like, because infertility is, like, a big part of living with PCOS. So I really just wanted to share my story with everyone, and it's not something I'm ashamed of at all. You know, it's just something I've been living with for so long now. It's like, yeah, like I have PCOS. I'm not ashamed of it, but it is really comforting knowing that like so many other women are dealing with this and hearing their stories and like how they live with this disorder. It's just really cool. So I really hope my story like helps other girls just realize they're not alone and this is something that you can manage. So I just wanted to share with you guys some facts about PCOS. Now, you can pretty much find information about this everywhere, as like I said, it is a very common disorder. But I found this on the nutritioncareofrochester.com. It is 30 interesting facts about PCOS. I'll link this in the description below for you guys to check it out. Some of this stuff I didn't even know myself. I just read through the list. So this is pretty interesting. So here we go. Number 1. Despite being one of the most common endocrine disorders, PCOS receives less than 0.1% of funding from the National Institutes of Health. Also, I'm really sorry in advance if I mispronounce some of the like medical terminology in this, because there is some, and I'm not like a medical person, so sorry in advance if I like botch the pronunciation of some of these words. 2. Worldwide, PCOS affects 6 to 10% of women, making it the most common endocrine disorder in women of childbearing age. 3. By age 40, 40% of women with PCOS will develop prediabetes or diabetes. 4. The diagnostic criteria for PCOS states that a woman has PCOS if she has at least 2 of the following 3 criteria. A. Irregular or absent periods. B. Blood tests or physical signs that show high androgens. C. Polycystic ovaries. 5. The United States spends an estimated $4 billion annually to identify and manage PCOS. 6. Women with PCOS are at a higher risk of developing obstructive sleep apnea due to the influence of androgens affecting sleep receptors in the brain. 7. Women with PCOS can have monthly menstrual cycles and still have PCOS. 8. Despite its name, not all women with PCOS actually have cysts on their ovaries. 9. Eating disorders including anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating disorder are common among women with PCOS. 10. Women with PCOS have higher rates of anxiety and depression than women without the syndrome. 11. Both MYO and D-chiroinositol and N-acetylcysteine NAC have been shown to improve fertility and metabolic aspects of PCOS. 12. PCOS is the most common cause of ovulatory infertility. 13. Know your numbers. Women with PCOS have a 70% prevalence of elevated triglycerides and low HDL, good cholesterol. Changes to diet and lifestyle can improve levels. 14. In PCOS, there is a rapid conversion from impaired glucose tolerance to type 2 diabetes. For this reason, the Androgen Excess and PCOS Society recommends yearly blood screening. 15. Women with PCOS have more testosterone and can build muscle easier than women without the syndrome. 16. It is important if you are taking metformin or oral contraceptives to also take a B12 supplement, as the drug can interfere with absorption of the vitamin. A lack of B12 can cause permanent and serious problems. 17. The follicles typically seen in PCOS are actually the result of a hormonal imbalance, not the cause of the syndrome. 18. One of the earliest signs of elevated androgens in adolescents with PCOS is acne. 19. Women with PCOS may have more difficulty breastfeeding and producing sufficient milk for their babies. 20. Inositol in a 40-to-1 ratio of MYO to DCI can improve both metabolic and hormonal aspects of PCOS. 21. Eating protein and or fat-containing foods every 3 to 5 hours throughout the day may help to stabilize blood sugar levels and prevent cravings in PCOS. 22. Regular exercise is an effective way to improve insulin levels in PCOS. 23. As women with PCOS get older, they are likely to experience more regular menstrual cycles. 24. The prevalence of type 2 diabetes in women with PCOS at middle age is 6.8 times higher than that of the general female population. 25. Fatty liver affects 15% to 55% of women with PCOS and can be improved by diet changes. 26. The optimal treatment for PCOS is a multifactorial approach involving diet and lifestyle modification, medications, and supplements. 27. Women with PCOS have a higher incidence of gestational diabetes, miscarriages, preterm deliveries, and stillbirths. 28. It is estimated that 50 to 70% of women with PCOS have insulin resistance. 29. Vitamin D, a hormone and a vitamin, has been shown to play a role in insulin resistance and egg development. 30. Sleep disturbances have been found to be twice as common in women with PCOS compared with those without. Now, I thought those were all really amazing facts, and I just wanted to share with you guys some common things to know about PCOS that are facts. Some of this stuff I didn't even know, and I've been living with this for 10 years, but then again, when I was younger, I was just like, okay, I have PCOS, I just have to take birth control to regulate my period, and that's what I've been doing. But getting older, and especially we're not trying to have kids right now, but probably in the next few years we will be, and just getting older in general has made me more have more questions about the disorder, and also look into the information myself, what can I do, and what should I know. So I've definitely been researching more about PCOS. I think it's very important, as I am living with this disorder, to really know more about it and how to handle it. And I have been seeing doctors, so like I said, I did know some of this stuff, but it's always important to learn it for yourself and know the facts, not just someone's opinion. This is factual information that I'm giving you, and I think that's really important. So I really hope you guys like this video. If you are also struggling with PCOS, I just want you to know you're not alone. This can be managed. I really hope you guys liked listening to my story. If you do have PCOS and want to leave a comment about your story, or maybe something you resonated with in this video, I don't know, I just think it would be really cool to connect with you guys about this. So please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will definitely be doing more videos on this. I don't know if it's going to be a video next week, or if it might be a couple more weeks until I do another video about this, but definitely let me know if you guys want to see more videos on this. And I really hope you guys like this video. Like I said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.